Hello, everybody, and welcome to another show of Toffee Bluecast. Instant match reaction. Chelsea 2, Everton 0. Roughly straight after the game, about 20 minutes after the game. This is going live on X. If you're on X now and you're listening, feel free to comment. We'll put your comments on the screen. We'll talk to you. It's exactly like a space that I know a lot of you do over on X. So just communicate with us, and we'll put it on the screen, and we can communicate through messages, and we'll read out what you say. Over on Facebook, we're there as well. You can message from Facebook, and obviously we're here on YouTube. The link's there if you do want to come over on YouTube. Just interact with us. We don't think we're above you or anything like that. Get involved. We just want to hear what the fans have got to say after this game, and we've always got something to say. These ain't the ones that I like to go live, but we do, because I think when you win, you go live, so you've got to face the music when it's not good. Paul, how are we doing?
Frustrated. I tried to cheer myself up by putting me Back to the Future Christmas jumper on. So unfortunately, it's because we've had a bad afternoon. So just really frustrating. I thought there was lots of positives, but not the key positives, and we'll go through that now. And it's good to have everyone here. Actually, a bit of blue therapy is what we need when this sort of thing happens.
Look at that comment by Rod. Rod says, "Thank the F word for that. All that happiness was giving me a headache." And I know some Evertonians without the booze or moaning about something. I honestly generally think some Evertonians that normally someone would come around your ass and you'd have so much to moan about Everton. And then now, because we've been doing so well, you make it come around your ass. There's nothing to moan about Everton. So you sit in silence for now and think, all right, mate, see you later. Bye-bye. And you've not spoke to each other about nothing. But at least when we do get these results, you can have a little moan, I suppose. But I don't want... that's me trying to put a light on it and a joke from Rod there. I like your banter, but I'm really angry, to be fair. I am really angry. I am. And we'll go into it. We will delve into it. We'll talk about the 2 goals. And we'll talk about the game in general. But for me, I'll probably start. The reason I'm so angry is because I feel we'd put ourselves in the mix to go into top 4, which is really hard work to do, by the way. It's hard work to have put yourself into the position that we put ourselves in. It's 4 wins in 5 games. That's a lot of hard work by our players and graft. And I think when you put yourself into that position where you can beat Chelsea, you go above them and you enter that top 4 sort of territory, you've got to take it. You've got to take it. And me personally, when I'm going to this game now, I'm thinking to myself, right, this is a massive game. If I get a chance this game, I know we need to take it. This game's everything for us now. We've worked our arse off. 4 in 5 games. We've won 4 in 5. We've got ourselves in a wicked position. Let's make sure if we get any sort of sniff at goal, we'll take it, right? And I think Chelsea did that. They had 2 sniffs first half and they scored. We probably had 3-4 sniffs first half and we didn't score none. And that's the difference sometimes. Honestly, if you watch the chances, I think the goals that Chelsea scored, the 2 that they scored, was probably harder than the ones that we scored, sorry. Ours were harder than Chelsea's. One went through Barry's legs and the other one to Enjoy, where we put it across and he miskicked it. You would never see Enjoy do that ever. So really frustrating for me. And always frustrating to concede a goal in extra time of the half time. Sometimes you think just getting 1-0. It wasn't good, but just getting 1-0. But to go in 2 just through the extra time minutes was really frustrating for me. And I really wanted this today. I did. And some people will just say, oh, well, you are going to lose someone. I completely understand that. And sometimes it's not going to be your day. But I also think you've got to make your own luck sometimes. We could put that down to bad luck. But I think if you're on it and you're ready for it, that bad luck would have turned into good luck today. It won't go through your legs. You've got to be on it. If we are to become a top team and compete with teams like Chelsea, we've got to be on it. We ain't got crap attackers now. We haven't got crap attackers. We've got good attackers. So when we get these chances, we've got to go in the back of the net. Dewsbury was a massive blow for us, wasn't it, Paul? That was a big blow.
It was a big blow, but we've got good attackers, but we've not got good finishers, and that's the thing at the moment. You know, Chelsea get the chances that we got. They put those goals in. Do you know what I mean? And we can't argue. We have those chances and we don't put them in. Chelsea go down the other end and score. And like Liam says as well, he said about Palmer not playing for 3 months or scoring for 3 months, and then suddenly we come along. It's Everton, we're Everton, aren't we? And sometimes it's a little bit like that, where you just think the rub of the green goes against us. I thought Chelsea today, everything seemed to stick or bounce off in their favour, and so frustrating. So frustrating. But we played well in that first half, I thought, especially when we created movement on the right hand side for O'Brien to get some decent crosses in. Some were awful, and I think it's those little differences in the teams. Do you know what I mean? You have a right back who's maybe a little bit pacier, or can get a cross better in, or you have someone who can put the ball in the net first time, or just stronger in the air. It's just little differences. I didn't think Chelsea were amazing. I thought we stood off them a lot. I thought we defended well, but we didn't go after them really when we didn't have the ball. We just let them have it. So they were quite comfortable, and it's just frustrating. But it's 4 wins in 6. If you're gonna,
there's a light to put on it. The comments are flooding in. We will try and get as many as we can on. Tazzel says, "Hi guys, weird game that was. We played well, but Chelsea, I thought, didn't get out of second gear." So he's basically saying we played well, but Chelsea could have been a lot better. So maybe it was just that Chelsea relaxed on us. Altel says, "We've got to get a striker." Well, not Chelsea wasn't that good. If we had someone that could put the ball in the net, I think he'd probably be frustrated with Barry. Would you? That's probably what's triggered you on that one. And I know people say it's unlucky it went through his legs. Keeper might have got a touch, but sometimes they go in on top strikers. Palmer's been injured. We've got loads of comments going. So someone must have been reporting back to the freaking group. We desperately need a goal scorer and fullbacks. I think they did have really good fullbacks today. I think that was the difference. I think we said it on the pre-match. I said Chelsea have got the best probably fullbacks you can probably have. I know he had doubts in his right back, but the Spanish left back that they've got, Cucurella, he's unbelievable, and
annoying.
I think we've seen that. He's really annoying, but I think we like it when our players are shit houses, and I think when you come up against a player that's like Illiman and Jai, the only way that you can stop him is annoy him or injure him, and I think that's what he's trying to do. And I think we probably try and do the same if someone was as good as Illiman and Jai. As soon as we moved Illiman and Jai to the left, he rips them to pieces, and I think that shows how good the left back was, because Njai couldn't do that as much on the right as he could on the left. We moved Njai on the left, and it was like, wow. It looked like Njai played better, but what you don't realise is that Cucurella is a good defender, and he probably kept Njai quite a lot.
Yeah, and he gets up and supports the attacks as well. Yeah, I think. That sort of like 5 or 10 minutes, it was almost like, well, where has this been in the previous half hour, 20 minutes? It was stuff like that. There was a few people went missing today for me, especially when we had the ball. I just thought, just to take a chance, really. Like, the thing about Barry is, all right, we know that he's not a great finisher, which is not great to say about a striker. And this isn't me sort of on his back or anything, but he didn't get a touch. There was a little bit of link-up play, very little, but he wasn't really involved in the game. So it's not even about the finishing. It was going looking for things, and there were a few people that didn't do that. They were fine when they had the ball at their feet, but off the ball, sometimes they weren't going for it at all. They weren't really looking to make a difference. And I love Jack Grealish. We all do. But I think it's probably one of his weakest games today, to be honest. He frustrates me sometimes in the fact that I know he could have taken on Gusto today a few times, I think, and at least have got either a corner or a free kick But we just don't see him have a go on the outside, so it's easier to defend. I'd love Jack to have a go in the 10. I think he'd just have a bit more freedom and give himself a little break from being double marked and things like that. Yeah. To do right.
It's as I was saying there, where would you play Grealish if you play? Because he's saying Njai plays better on the left, and I think he does. I don't know why. It feels like Njai is right-footed, and when he cuts it, when he plays on the left, he cuts in. He's got more chance of scoring. He's more dangerous when he cuts in with his right than what he is with his left. I could be wrong on that. I don't even know what footed he is. He's that good with both. It's hard to detect, but I think when he has played on his left, he's looked like scoring more than setting up, where on the right he looks like setting up more than scoring. So maybe Njai's Jack Grealish in the 10 wouldn't be a bad thing. It wouldn't. But what's been stopping that is the fact that Dewsbury has been incredible in the 10, and David Moyes wants Dewsbury in the 10. Now we might have Dewsbury injured. In the comments we've got there, it can be 6 weeks sometimes on that, longer. We haven't found out yet, unless it's just come out now. We're waiting on it. How long that will be, but that's a big miss as well.
Yeah. You won't really know today. Maybe not even tomorrow, but soon. Yeah, I mean the thing is, Ndai's going to be great wherever he plays. 10 left, right. It'll be great wherever he goes, and he'll do the same. He'll do the same sorts of things. He'll get on the ball, he'll win you free kicks, he'll turn and have a run at people. I'd just like to see Jack in a position where he can have a little bit more influence, success, and Jack's quick. He's not a slow player. You know what I mean? And there was a few times where he was one-on-one with Gusto, and Gusto was just there for the taking, I thought. I really did. And not once did Jack try and go down the outside. Mikalenko had more joy. To be fair, there was a couple of times Mikalenko got to the line. One where he took him on, Alcaraz had a shot that got blocked after Mikalenko passed it inside. I just think Jack is capable. So when people ask Moyes each week about it in the press conference about do we want more from Jack Grealish? I definitely want more from Jack Grealish because I think he's very capable of doing so. And I think in the 10, he could get a few shots away. I don't see him with the angles that he's on that left-hand side. I don't see him getting chances to shoot very often because they expect him to go on the inside on his right foot. So they've already got a player in there. Whereas if he's in that 10, in fact, actually, the shots that I've seen him do is from that 10 position. The goal that he scored against Bournemouth wasn't so much dribbling in from the left-hand side. He was already in that kind of inside left 10 position when we were breaking away and ran forward with the ball and then shot, and obviously the deflection and everything else. But I'd just like maybe to give Jack a little bit of variety in what he's able to do, and I can play on the left. Whoever could do that role will be fine. So just
Jack needs quality to help him shine. He says Messi, which has been ill, I think, may have to come in now for Kieran Dewsbury. Merlin's a few weeks off, and we don't. Yeah. It helps as well when your fullbacks are really good for Jack Grealish as well. I think that's what takes away one of his weapons on the left. I think we're saying move him over to the 10 because he's less effective on. But I honestly think the way Jack Grealish plays is perfect for a fullback to get past him all the time because he just holds it up and lets the fullback go. And the amount of times he'll just thread that ball in for Mikalenko to bomb it. And I think sometimes, I love Mikalenko. It's hard to diss him. But I think if we had their fullbacks and Jack Grealish was putting that ball back, they'd go on to have a shot or probably score. And you probably think they can score because they're like wingers. Well, one did score today. That's the difference, isn't it? One of theirs did score, actually. To
be fair to Mikalenko, I thought he got forward quite a lot. And I thought he got...
that's what I say. It's harsh. He did get forward, but not... He did get forward, and I agree with you. And he's showing the effort and the work rate, but he's just not got... He's not got the feet to... It's all right getting forward, and that's what he's done. He's got the work rate, he's got the heart, so I can never knock him because we always say if you try your best, you try your best. And Mikalenko, I feel he's good defensively, and he is getting forward, as you say, into those positions. But you know what it was like when we had, I'm not comparing to Baines, but when you've got Baines in that position, when he does those, when you've got a good left back and they do those drag backs, it goes into the feet of a player exactly to score. And I think Mikolenko sometimes he's crossing it and he's not completely sure where he's going. So it's hard to jump onto those crosses. And sometimes he'll randomly put a good ball in. You expect it to be bad and he'll put a good ball in. But because he doesn't continuously do that and the players don't trust that that's going to happen, you often see them not pouncing on the opportunity to get on that ball. So I really do think fullbacks is a little bit of a problem for us. But I think I love Mikolenko. I think he does a good job. But when I've watched them today, their fullbacks, how much they bomb forward and how dangerous they are, I don't feel that we're the same.
Yeah, I mean, this was one I was raging about watching it, and the fact that Jack did all the hard work and got the rub of the green with a little bobble, and then got so close. And I don't actually agree with Tazul. I don't think he should have shot. And that's what he tried to do. He tried to chip the goalkeeper. Whereas literally a 5-yard pass across, 2 players were in there. It was just those key moments, and it was just, oh Christ, it was just so frustrating. Not a lot of love for Beto and Barry as well. But just Beto, to be fair, when he came on, he gave a good effort and everything else, but we just didn't have that. We didn't have that quality at the right times today.
I think Jack Grealish would, like, I'm thinking to myself now as a fan, I'm thinking, like, sometimes you look at Jack Grealish and you think, did he know how big this game was? And then I know he knew how big this game was. So I don't think it was that he didn't try. I just think, well, that chip shot that Jack Grealish did, if it just went wide of the post, if he got that little chip volley touch on it and it went in the back of the net, we're all raving about how good the goal was. And that's different sometimes when it goes for you. I think he generally took the fancy thing on and thought he could get it. But like you say, you've got to probably drag that back across. But then we moan at Jack Grealish, he should shoot more and take his chances. And if that was the wrong time to actually do it.
I get it. Well, yeah, is one opinion on
a lot of green, aren't they?
Sort of points for players and all sorts. I'll just take the other banner off as well, so you can see Pickford. Obviously, a lot of love for Chelsea. Not a lot of love for Garnacho. It's probably a little.
It really wasn't that good, you know. They wasn't that good. Like, what the heck?
No, I didn't think they were amazing. And
no.
I mean, it's given Gusto an 8-9 there, and I still think he was there for the taking. I really do. I really do. He obviously he seemed to do well with the goal. I wonder whether it got a little bit of touch off Tarks or whoever slid in. To be honest, it just seemed so soft, and they just seemed like 2 soft goals, really.
We was doing it beforehand. You could see it coming a little bit. I don't know what this is, if it's a new thing for our football team, but was trying passing it out from the back. And I'm all game for passing it out for the back, because I said we can become a passing football team. But
yeah,
I'm not 100% confident doing that with Tarkowski and Michael Keane. I think when you've got Branthwaite, yeah. But when you're doing it with Michael Keane and Tarkowski, I'm shitting my pants when we're passing it out from the back, because I don't even 100% trust Garnagay passing it out from the back. And if that's what we're going to become, Pickford like passing it out from the back, then fair enough. But it doesn't look like we're 100% committed on doing it. So it does worry me. And I want to go back to the point that you said, Paul. I think, and you hit the nail on the head, we didn't press them enough today. We half-heartedly pressed them. And I think that's why Barry had such a bad game, is because we didn't press them behind Barry. You've got to join it up with Barry, and we didn't. I think if you press high, then you push your number 10 onto Barry, he's closer, and you push your wingers. We didn't do that today. So it felt like a massive gap between Barry and the midfield, and it felt like you never seen Barry because the gap was that big. And other games we've pressed against Man United, when straight away from the off, we've pressed, and we've had the confidence to go and press them. And we didn't do that. We just sat off a little bit, and we always let Chelsea have that relaxation from their defenders when they're on the ball. And I think that was dangerous, because Chelsea's defenders are really good and calm on the ball, and they can get going that way. So I was a bit disappointed on that. And I feel that in my head, that's why Barry struggled today, is because I think he's better if they'd have got closer to him and pressed. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I think, KDH going off is a key thing, really, because I think his attitude on the pitch as well would have really helped. It was almost like when he did go off. I'm glad Alcaraz was involved. I actually think Alcaraz played fairly well, although he nearly balled it up in the first 5 minutes when he came on.
Yeah.
But I just think Dewsbury would have dragged us up the pitch a little bit more, give us a little bit more impetus for those people who weren't sure, because one or two people asked in the comments, it looks like a hamstring. Don't know how bad, but you can't. Another midfielder, just sod's law, isn't it? So hopefully it's not as bad as as it looked, because we've got a lot of games coming up in the next few weeks.
I know we're angry when we lose, obviously, and I was, because you build yourself up that much to win. You're gutted when you lose. Some people probably take it better than me. We've all got different reactions on the game. But I did put on Twitter, when I've watched Dewsbury come on, he's looked crap other games, in my opinion, just my opinion. When he come on today, he looked really tidy on the ball and he looked confident and he kept the ball and he maintained the ball well. And I thought, not Dewsbury, Tyler Diblin. Tyler Diblin come on, he looked decent. And I'm thinking straight away, because I know Dewsbury might be out and we ain't got a Jai, I'm watching Tyler Diblin. I couldn't wait for Tyler Diblin to come on, by the way. And I've got my eyes on him and he was quite tidy. And on the eliminate Jai chance, because someone commented, Tyler Diblin didn't even touch the ball. What you on about? He did. You just angry.
No, he did.
He did have a few touches and he was tidy. And he did actually work harder than what he normally works. And I'm pretty sure Tyler Diblin started the build-up on the eliminate Jai, hit the post, and that looked good. It's mad because the last 5 minutes, we looked dangerous. We was passing the ball really well, even on the left-hand side. Like you say, Mikalenko bombing it forward. And the last 5 minutes, we went for it. It was frustrating because it took us 25 minutes to actually go for it. But the last 5 minutes, we really did look like we was going for it. And it was nice because when we did go for it in those last 5 minutes, we had Irabunam on and we had Tyler Diblin on, players that might play going forward when these other players have gone to AFCON. We've got to look now, haven't we, Paul? We've got to think in ahead. So what are we going to do now? Because going into the Arsenal game, we might have Dewsbury all out, and having him out is a problem in the centre. And then we've not got Njai. So you are looking at Irabunam and Tyler Diblin today, and I think they looked okay, but time will tell.
I mean, sort of going forward, we still can fill those gaps. It looks as though it'd be James Garner and Boonham as your middle two, perhaps, with Alcaraz 10, Diblin comes in on the right-hand side, Grealish on the left. That way you've not got lots of options coming off the bench at all, but we can fill the holes. And, maybe the plan was, as we suspected, that when Ndai goes to AFCON, that's the time for Diblin to step up. If it's not, then you maybe think potentially McNeil comes in and does Ndai role on the right-hand side, and we use Dibbling as a super sub or whatever. But we've still just about got people to fill in the spaces. I mean, the best bit of play that we didn't involve the striker and was high up the pitch, in the fact that we did our little triangle, sort of inside right or inside left, where we created space and then played the ball on the right-hand side for O'Brien to then get a cross in. That was really good play. That was fantastic, and that's what we can do on a regular basis. But it's got to end in a shot on target. It's got to end with a goal. Otherwise, you are going to end up just as we used to do, huffing and puffing. Don't get the reward for what the play deserved, and the other sides, especially the decent ones with decent attackers, are then going to go up the other end and score. And there we are saying the same thing again.
Yeah, this comment as well. Dorstaff, he didn't work as hard today. I was watching him a lot, and he didn't work as hard today.
No,
He didn't work as
no.
hard. He didn't like. Do you know where it was? It was a delayed run onto it. So do you know, like a delay and then go, a delay and then go, not just go. And I think top strikers just go, and that's how you catch the defenders out. And he always thought about it and went and didn't just go. It was always a long think and then go when I watched Barry today. And he didn't put that graft in and work like he normally does. And it frustrated me because he's just got his goal. He's just got going. And I want Barry every game to just collapse because he's worked that hard up front, even if we're not playing that well and it's a hard game for him. I want him to give everything he's got for the 60 minutes that he's probably going to play because Beto's coming on. I mean, Beto come on and he was sliding the bat, and we know he's not as clinical and he has got a lot of flaws, but I just wish Barry would have Beto's heart sometimes on that attacking stuff, because the amount of, when Beto plays, the amount of chances Beto gets himself just through working hard, but then hasn't got Barry's ability to do something when he gets himself in those chances, is frustrating.
Yeah, maybe, but they're similar in the way that when they go into the box, their movement is like they're about to miss the bus, right? So you're going for they're running for the bus, and then it goes, or so they stop running, but then they think they can get it again, so then they go. But because they didn't just give it their all and carry on their run, they end up missing it, or they end up being in a position where they can't actually put the ball in the net. So it's almost like they're committed in terms of their effort, mostly. Barry wasn't today, but they're not competent enough to know what run to make or when to make it. Barry's got one kind of run that he does very well, and it's the one where he's on the back line and he curves his run, just like, say, the goal against Liverpool last year, or he's done it a couple of other times as well, where he curves his run, it's played through, and then he has the one-touch finish. He can do that, but when it's running into a crowded area, they don't know where to go. And there's been so many times, say we've got the ball on the right-hand side and you've got your line of defenders, they'll just go in a straight line and they won't get into a space. They won't cut across a defender to try and get the first touch at the near post. They won't curl their run and then be ready for a header at the far post. In fact, they're not even ahead of the defense in terms of getting that touch when it comes across. So I just feel as though it's really frustrating because they've got all that effort and energy within them, but they're just misguided, and they can't seem to make the runs that actually create those goals, even the scrappy ones.
If all you listeners on now can hit that on the stream, it's appreciated to get us push us up that algorithm to get more Everton fans to watch it. You do need to like it, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I don't promote us enough, but I probably should. We do need to push it this season, and we've kind of sat on the same amount of subscribers, which we do really appreciate how many we've got, but we do need to push it more. And there was a comment here that I was just going to jump on, and it was. Stephen Frost says he agrees. There it is. Alto says he agrees on the comment above about Steve Frost. And it's we're still building a decent squad. We are doing better. Okay, not today, but don't despair, Blues. And if you come on, you're probably seeing us moan about certain things, picking things out, thinking like overreaction or something like that. But we are happy with where our club's going, the right direction and stuff like that. We are happy and we are grateful, but we believe in our players and we believe that they're capable of more than what they did this game. And you're not wrong for calling it out. I'm pretty sure the players will be frustrated as well. And
they'll be doing the same.
Just be nice for no reason.
Yeah, they'll be doing the same. Yeah. Do you think? I would hate to think that they were going back on the bus or on. Going back on the bus or the plane and happy with everything. If they're the same as any teams that any of us have played in before, they'd be like, oh, if only such and maybe we could do that. And they'll be talking about the game afterwards, and they'll be thinking about the parts that they can improve on. That's
if you had the players,
team, you know.
If you had the players after the game come and look on this channel now, and they're literally on the buzz on the way in from London, they're looking on the buzz and they're seeing the match reaction, and we're all happy about them losing, I think they'd be disappointed that we don't believe in them more, and they'd be like, "What? They're okay. Everton fans are all right with us losing that game when we had that many chances." I don't think they'd be happy with it, and I think that I believe players like Jack Grealish, Illiman, and Jai will want us to moan when they lose because they'll want that push, and they like that we believe that they're such good players, and I do think they are. So I am gutted. Like I said earlier on, the reason I am not because I'm moaning, just because I feel we got ourselves in such a good position. We won 4 massive games out of 5, and we got ourselves in that position where if we would have won that, we would have going into Arsenal. We would have been in top 4, I reckon, and we'll still be okay because one game doesn't define your season, but I know we're better than what we was today because I feel that Chelsea beat us and they didn't play much better than us. We had the same amount of chances. It's just they took the chances, and that's what good teams do, and we need to take the chances.
No, I agree. Definitely. And that's the thing. And Moyes is always asked about whatever the next transfer window is. I do hope that they are looking to add, and not massively because it's January and you very rarely get your best players in January, but sometimes you can have a belter come in, particularly up front. We've had it in the past where we've had some absolute steals of people coming in when we've really needed it. Sometimes when we've really struggled, but we could really do with someone coming in either on a short-term, temporary, whatever else, and show us how to put the ball in the net, you know. And I know some people sort of mentioned Tony and stuff like that. And at first, I was kind of against it. But when you look today and you see us do the whole build-up and the whole creation of a chance without even using the strike in the first place, and all they've got to do is tap it in the net, someone like Tony would be ideal, really.
Tony scores that. Tony slides in and scores them. He just slides in and scores them. It's his bread and butter. Tony would slide in and score that chance that Barry had today. And that, do you know what that's for? That's for experience because he's done it that much. And for me, often with my strikers, when I come up against teams, I put myself against our striker against the centre backs, and today I put him against those 2 Chelsea centre backs, and I didn't feel like he'd completely dominate them. Chelsea have got 2 good centre backs, and when we used to have Lukaku, I put Lukaku against any centre back, and I thought, you're not going to handle him. You're not going to handle him.
Yeah.
And I'd love to have that again, where you've got, and I think that really does give you a good weapon because you can put it into him a lot then. And I think Tony would be similar to that. I don't know what his wages would be, and it'd be a bit mad, but I'd love to have an elite striker where you literally could just put them in the ball into him at any time and they'd struggle.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I know. There's someone, I think, because it was Chelsea away, a few people had spotted memory of Sims. Sims getting an equaliser, 1-1 away, I think. And Sims had won, is it Player of the Month or something, Championship?
Yeah, he's scoring now.
Doing well for Coventry. Good luck to him. Really happy he's going well. And yeah, I know he's free and everything else, but he's moved on and done a cracking job. We would have liked someone to have done a similar finish today, but didn't quite happen. And just to reiterate what you said, Dan, as well, is that we're not. It's not a Newcastle fume. Our heads aren't falling off at losing away against Chelsea. So why we've not won for 30 plus years. You know, but it's just frustrating when you can see the little tweaks that are needed.
I don't think our fans are stupid, though. I think we know that we should have done better that game. I think we know that we played well enough to have got something out of that game. And I think if Chelsea's massively battered us and it was concerning, I think then the reaction would have been like the Newcastle game, because we would have been like, bloody hell, I'm scared of next game. But because we played so well and we had so many chances. I think if you got your sensible head on, you think to yourself, if we do that again next game, we probably will win. And I'm not obviously we've got Arsenal next, but I'm just saying if you do that regularly, you will win games because we created enough to win today. I feel win a game. We had. I'm not sure how many chances. I put it on TikTok. I'm not sure how many chances they had, but I'd say in my head they had 4 good chances. Chelsea, maybe not even 4, but 4 good chances and scored 2 of them. I think we had probably 5 or 6 better chances, 5 or 6 good chances to score ourselves. So
yeah,
take away
but only 2 shots on target. Do you know what I mean? We didn't cause their we didn't make their keeper make many saves. You know, there was a header thing from Grealish, I think, which was going over already, and he.
Then, Paul. Let me just think of this now, right? Off the top of my head, I'm going to go for the Barry's chance that went through his legs. There's one. Then I'm going to say the Illiman and Jai not back. Normally, Illiman and Jai never scuffs a shot, never. So I'm going to go that one. That's the biggie as well. That Tarkowski header, people probably forget about that. That Tarkowski header that he didn't put back across goal. I don't know why he's gone for bottom left post. I don't know why he's not just headed it back.
I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. You forgot about that, didn't you? So the Tarkowski
no, but it didn't. That absolutely 100 mile an hour coming across that.
Across. Back across.
I know what you mean.
Time. That's what
I know what you mean. No, yeah.
Use the power in the ball and put it back across goal. Tarkowski's header. That's 4. Jack Grealish, he had his chance that we mentioned that he volleyed that he could have put back across goal. Massive chance that. Illiman and Jai hit the post. We all thought it was in. That's 6 massive chances off the top of my head, and I'm sure there was a few corners we put in where it knocked down and we smacked it and it hit the player wrong. So yeah, I do think we had enough chances today to have done better than what we did. And I can only think of them. I can only think of Pickford doing that 2 really good saves and them scoring 2 goals.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know. Well,
when you think of it like
well, yeah, no, I agree. It's that ratio. And actually, what's the stat about, the expected goals and stuff? I think the 2 people with, certainly at least Beto, but the 2 strikers with the worst sort of expected goals without scoring goals, I think, are our 2 lads. Certainly Beto.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I'm worried about the stats that we keep showing on our strikers, but I don't want. I understand Tony's been arrested for headbutting someone, but we don't know what went on, so we can't really say what happened in that. Who knows? Probably someone did do something bad to him, or I heard the story, but you never know what the actual story is. I've seen rumours of Roma getting Ferguson and Ferguson linked to us, the Irishman. I don't particularly want him. I think he's injury prone. He's not the striker that I want. The one that played for Brighton, is it Ivan Ferguson or something like that? So I'm not a fan of him either. There's a lot that we've been linked to. I'm always scared of strikers. Brozier scarred me. I mean, look how much we had Brozier, and we all wanted him to do well, and he got injured. Strikers scare me. They really do.
It's true enough. It is true enough. I asked the question. Obviously, it's a defeat.
Do we do man of the matches when we lose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know we do. It was harder.
Well, I thought the second half almost was a non-event. It's like it almost didn't happen. They didn't have to push on for anything, and we didn't have enough to be able to push on and do anything. It seemed like we almost just faded into obscurity in the second half. But certainly the first half, and some people had a half decent game. So, who was your top player
that was frustrating? Like normally, like when we've got that fight in us, and we said other seasons we retaliate well on coming back and we really do push on to come back. And I don't know how we do it, but we somehow manage to attack teams even if they're better than us to try and come back. And today, this game, it just felt like we wasn't going to come back. And to have the Chelsea fan on and say they struggle to keep leads, and even if there was 1-0 or 2-0 up, he'd still be pooing his pants. It's really frustrating that I feel we didn't take advantage, and we didn't start coming back for me until 85th minute. And I don't know why we didn't pile on the pressure. Was it down to Moyes not putting more attacking players on earlier than what he did? Did he need to make changes earlier than he did? I think as soon as we put Irabunum on and Tyler Diblin on, it freshened us up. And I didn't even think we needed taking Jack Grealish off in my head, or I didn't think we needed taking James Garner off, but it did make a difference. So sometimes making the subs just boosts you up, doesn't it? Probably needed a bit earlier.
I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did take Jack off, to be fair, because he wasn't being effective, and it's good to know that no one is infallible. You know, everyone is capable of being taken off if they're not doing it. And I hope that was the reason, or was it a case of, oh, well, maybe now we've no chance of coming back in this game, so we take.
Do you know what the reason was, Paul?
Don't know.
Do you know what the reason was? Iliman Ndiaye, we ain't got him anymore, have we? So he left him on. He probably would have took it. His normal move is to take Iliman Ndiaye off, but because he knows it's Iliman Ndiaye's last game, he probably left. I think that's the reason, because I didn't expect Jack Grealish to come off. Although we did play back when he did.
Yeah. I mean, we're always blue therapy on here. We're always positive. We try and find the silver lining in everything. Scar's the same. Idrissa Gueye didn't stop anyone today, so there's a positive. That sounds very. That's
she did, to be fair.
You know what? That is That's a very school thing. That is. You've had a great day. Well done. Well done. Had a great day. You didn't punch anyone in the face.
Do you remember? There was a game that we played. I think it was against Tottenham and against Man United as well, when we had Decore, and Decore had a big argument, and I think it was against Man United as well, and we had a big scuffle with Man United, and you got 10 players arguing against 10 players, all in the faces, big kickoff. It happened with Decore against Man United with Everton, and it's happened a couple of games. And when it was about 50th minute, I was thinking to myself, we need a kickoff. I was thinking, because it just looked like it was slow, it was boring, and it was just Chelsea dominating. And I thought to myself, I want Iliman Ndiaye to get angry. I want Grealish to get angry, because Grealish was smiling. I thought, we need a kickoff here to get us going. We need, honestly, something to wake us up. And now I think about it in my head, there was a kickoff, 80th minute, and that's when we livened up. Because that was when you said, wasn't it, Paul, the scuffle and stuff, because... Yeah, and that's when we livened up, when the kickoff was too late for me. I think sometimes, like Roy Keane says, if you're not playing well, just go and boot a player. Let there be a big kickoff just to get yourselves up for it. Because we come out that second half crap, half asleep. We let them dominate for what we did first. I
actually think that's happened in some. That's happened in some pretty important games as well. I'm pretty sure in the famous Palace game as well, when we were 2 adrift. I'm pretty sure Ayew did something for Palace that pissed everyone off, and that got everyone going. Then I think it's happened a few times. I think game last season as well, like you say, it might have been Decore in United, but you almost like you said, you're right. Maybe we need to instigate it. Or maybe we just get, Garner Gueye just to run over to Keane and slap him with his other hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because we boosted up against Man U once we had a kickoff with Garner Gueye, even if it's a kickoff with our own players. I think we need to start smacking our own players again, because me playing football, when I used to play football, do you know, if I got smashed in the face, I was game. I was just running around. Then I was, oh gosh, I wanted to smash people up. I was like, because you'd hurt anyway, so you're running and you just want to get people back, and you're just going for it. And what you don't even know your body's capable of, you're putting that extra engine in and you're really going for it. And I'd love to see us with that drive earlier. So I honestly do believe sometimes we just need to have a bit of a kickoff, because I don't want to see our players smiling when we're losing 2-0. I want to see us fuming. I want to see us angry. And if we would have had a kickoff, I believe we would have closed a lot more down, pressed a lot more, and been at it. Because where you've just said, Paul, we wasn't pressing, and I said we wasn't pressing. I think if Chelsea would have had a kickoff with us earlier, or we just got angrier, we wouldn't have let their players have time on the ball and wanted to press them because we don't like them. That's the difference. Just because you don't like You're thinking, yeah, say Grealish is up against Gustav and Gustav's wind him up. Grealish straight on him. I want him. I want him straight into him. And it's same Valkyrie. As soon as their centre backs on the ball, straight in him. I want him. I would like for us to have had that attitude from the off. We wasn't angry enough today. We wasn't.
No,
we didn't quite fight with all of our might today. Let's just say that was a bit.
And there was plenty of scope there for us to be angry, because there was a few times, I'd tell you what, and I would have been pissed off. Some of their lads were taking the piss a little bit. Palmer was soon before he went off second half. I remember him sort of delaying on the ball when he was sort of dribbling away from someone, and he was just he was just taking the piss basically. So I think someone did. I can't remember who it was actually, who just pushed him over. Same one or two others, and I think with them being a younger side as well, they were, they could have been culpable of actually falling apart a little bit if we actually were aggressive enough. Because I think we could have been far more aggressive than we were, like you say.
You make some good points. We do. Was Cucurella correct? I don't know. I did see Njai and him had a proper battle. Cucurella, he did leave his studs on Njai's leg. I don't think it was deliberate, but he did leave his studs on his thigh. It hurt Njai at the start.
He did a little 2-foot jump. He didn't, so it wasn't at an angle or anything. But when some players, when they go in for a block tackle, then they'll jump with, not jump, but like minimal. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like a 2-footed jump down as in a block tackle, which I thought was a little bit naughty, because he did actually catch. Was it James Garner he might have caught?
And Jai knew that as well. But we did give it. I'm pretty sure when Jake O'Brien ran down, he left it on Cucurella, where Cucurella cleared it, and Jake O'Brien literally smashed into him, and we got the corner after he cleared it, and then he ran up to the linesman and was like, he went into me then, and that was a foul by Jake O'Brien. So we did get a bit back, but some people have said in the comments they're a bit worried now about Arsenal. By the way, I think Chelsea are a good team. I think that Arsenal, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared. And I know Arsenal are top of the league and they're cracking and they're amazing, but there you go. That jumper's going to get warm with a win against Arsenal. If we could, with Everton, you know this as well. The games that we don't think we've got a chance in, like Arsenal, we could win. We've done it before. We're going to do it again. Arsenal being interesting one. I'm not scared of it. We'll do a pre-match on that.
Yeah, and at home and all. Do you know what I mean? So, and just before Christmas, I mean, notoriously we've stuck it to Arsenal a few times at home.
Yeah, Tarkowski 1-0. Boom.
For example, Tarky winner and all that sort of stuff. 2-1, Gray coming in from the left-hand side.
Yeah. We do play well against them.
So we've had our times against them. We'll have to be on it. But also, Arsenal are not. They are touchable. They're not untouchable. I think they're a little bit nervous, to be honest with you. It could be around Christmas. If they are going to wobble, that they wobble at Christmas.
The pressure will be on Arsenal. It'll be on them, not us. And I'm not saying that we're going into that thinking we're going to lose, but I just think Arsenal, they'll know the pressure's on them and we'll be underdogs. And we've got some good players to play against Arsenal. But they are a very, very good team that we're coming up against. And I'm looking forward to it. If we could manage to pull out 3 points of Arsenal and Chelsea. So we played Chelsea, obviously we've missed the 3 points. If we could get the 3 points against Arsenal, which we probably didn't expect, then I think we'd still be happy, wouldn't we? We'd still say, 3 points out of them two. I'm happy. So let's forget Chelsea and just sneak 3 points off Arsenal instead. And then it'll just make up for how we played today.
Yeah. And I mean,
that hurts me, that does, Paul. It hurts me.
But look at us there. Look at us.
We'll let Liverpool go above us, though.
Absolutely positive. Actually, made that a little bit wider so we can see the points. There we go. There we go. So it's still half decent. We're still in the mix.
That's what hurts me. That is what hurts me. That's what's done my head in. We messed up today though. I was trying to be positive, and then that you put that table up, and now I'm thinking, what did we do? Because we've let frigging them go above us. We've let them go above us, which is frustrating. I mean, I didn't even think about them going above us, to be fair, but to be in eighth, we've missed the chance today. I feel a little bit. It's frustrating.
They've also had an easier game today. Do you know what I mean? We beat Brighton at home. Anyone can beat Brighton at home. So come a few other games, they might be languishing. We do manage to do. Yeah, actually, maybe she didn't have her top on today. Let's have a check.
Might just work at home. Might just work at home.
Maybe. And that'll be ideal next week then.
We need to get
if we do win, that'll be 27 points from 17 games, which wouldn't be too bad. It'd be pretty much what everyone in that concertina little section in sort of pre-Europe will be having. So yeah, why not? Why not?
It just felt so good. It felt so good for me, like that feeling to be near top four. Like it felt so good to be near top four. I don't want to lose that because I know once you start losing, you can go away from it and not get there again. I want to get there and stay there near top four. And I'm not saying we'll necessarily finish fourth, but it's nice to be around there.
It's nice not to bother about the bottom half of the league. You know,
yeah,
it's brilliant not to. You know, if you sort of think about what we've had to sort of go through and everything else, it's lovely just to enjoy the calmness. And if you know, it's disappointing today, but there was some good parts I thought in the first half, and so you know you can take something from it, not a lot, but you can take something from it, and you're not panicking. No one's not stressing out about bottom half and who's Burnley. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even give a toss about the other games really today. Not worrying about who's winning what and drawing where and doing us a favour here, there, or anywhere. So, you know, it's lovely not to have that. So it's disappointing, yeah, but we're going in the right direction, I think.
Yeah, we've got to just stay switched on. We have got to keep pushing. Arsenal's a massive game. Look forward to seeing you all on the pre-match for Arsenal people. Stick with us. Thanks all for listening. Do stick with us. We'll try to get as many comments as we can on the screen. Make sure you do hit that like and get behind us. Wasn't one we massively wanted to come live to, but we do because we're warriors. You know what I mean? You have to take the bad with the good, innit? And today probably wasn't as good.
And it did have, there was a comment near the beginning asking about my shoulder. I'm trying to take as much of this Cocodamol as possible. There might even be a tramadol at some point to help me sleep later. But the biggest pain really is not winning today. So if that's the biggest pain, we're all right. We'll be okay. We're all set for Arsenal.
Everton make it to Arsenal's worst, don't they? You know what I mean? They'll make that pain kick in even more. They could have made all that pain go away if Everton won. That would have been the best medicine ever.
That would have been ace.
But the show goes on, people. We're together. We're in this together. We're all in this together, as our school musical say. And I'm looking forward to it. He's gone, so we've got an else put on the screen that's like, it's going to be here. Can't believe he's leaving us. I'm going to cry, especially with that last nearly solo goal. I think I'm more Tyler Diblin than McNeil. He's shown a few dopey old key moments today. I'm not going to jump on him, but he's shown a few dopey old key moments. That's better. But Jack Grealish, I'll do. And kissing the badge. Love it. Needs to get back scoring. Otherwise, I'm going to be angry again. Up the top is everyone. Have a boss one. Go and treat yourself. Cheer yourself up. And when do we play again? What day is it?
I don't know. I think it's a Saturday. You know what? It's the Saturday. It's the Saturday night, because all the Arsenal fans are going to get stuck in town because it's it's 20th, 8 o'clock. Yeah.
I wish it was a Tuesday game where we could just have a Tuesday game to get back on track quick and make us feel better. But we've got a week of feeling miserable. But forget about it. Build a bridge. Move on. We'll be okay. Trust me. We looked all right today. We did look all right. We just got to take a chances. They'll have a week to think about that and nightmares. Up the toffs, everyone. Have a boss one. And we will see you next week for the pre-match. Toffers.